Hi, I am Laura from YoungWritersWorkshops.com, and I'm going to talk about using Dr. Seuss's books for teaching. Dr. Seuss, besides writing fun books that are easy to read and interesting to look at with lots of interesting illustrations, he also really had some moral lessons that he wanted to impart in his books. And you can use the novels to teach an idea. For example, Sneetches is a book about equality, and he really has a lesson buried within the book about racism and how we should be equal. And he really has done it in a fun way with the stars on their bellies that really helps kids to understand this idea. It's a pretty complicated idea that comes across really easily in this book. Another book that has an interesting theme and one that kids really love is Green Eggs and Ham. It's a really good way to teach kids about having an open mind. And it's also extremely fun and silly and has some good rhymes in it. You can also incorporate some role play with this story because you can have kids act out being the one saying no and another kid who's constantly trying to get someone to do something. So you can use most of the Seuss books as a starting point for a role play, a reader's theater. A third book that has a lesson is Yertle the Turtle, which is a lesson about corruption or seeking power. And this can be a fun way to kind of talk about the ideas of how people with power sometimes get out of control. Sometimes can get out of control. So those are some of the lessons within Dr. Seuss's book and some ideas about how to teach with the books. You should make sure that kids have a fun experience reading the book. Don't get too heavy in talking about these themes, but that can help you teaching a more complicated idea. And those are some ideas about teaching with the Seuss books.